Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There's no doubt that as you become a better Muslim, you start to become more humble and more modest along the way. And that's simply because you start to understand who Allah truly is, subhanahu wa ta'ala, how infinitely great He is compared to you, and how you are infinitely small compared to Him. In fact, you are nothing compared to Him, and you are nothing without Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you start to process that nothing can possibly happen, no matter how small, like a heartbeat, or how big, like becoming a billionaire, for example, unless it aligns with His will, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that there's no strength without Allah, which is why we say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, that there's no strength except with Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you can keep these reminders in your head at all times, you are going to win as a Muslim. You will become more humble and you will become more modest. And this is something which Allah wants to see in His servant. These are traits which a Muslim should have. The problem is, a lot of Muslims will take these same amazing traits and allow them to negatively affect the dreams which they chase, the du'as which they make, and the expectations which they put on this dunya, or really the expectations which they put on Allah, right? And that sounds pretty bad, and honestly, it is. Think about it. If you are humble and modest in this context, your dreams start to become smaller. You start to become humble in your dua. You think that by asking Allah for more and more in this dunya, that this is you being ungrateful. That Allah has given me Islam. Allah has given me knowledge of the Quran. Allah has given me Iman. Why should I ask Him for more money? Why should I ask Him for, a better car when I don't need it? Why should I ask Him for all of these things? That's the kind of mindset which many Muslims have. And mashallah, these are amazing people, right? But their dreams are just so small, and it has taught us something wrong about Islam, something wrong about how Muslims should be. If we look at Surah Sad, okay, the dua of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam. Sulaiman alayhi salam says to Allah, رَبِّ اغْفِرْ لي, Oh Allah, forgive me. وَهَبْ لِي مُلْكًا لَا يَنْبَغِي لِأَحَدٍ مِّن بَعْدِي إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْوَهَّابِ. He tells Allah, Oh Allah, forgive me and grant me a ownership or a kingdom or power that no one has ever had and no one will ever have after me. You are truly the most generous of givers. Think about this, okay? Like, let's really reflect and ponder on this. Sulaiman alayhi salam is a prophet, alayhi salatu wassalam. He basically has the you are going to Jannah card, guaranteed. In the dunya, he's also guaranteed from Allah being pleased with him. He's chosen by Allah, and he is from the greatest of people, right? Ever. And yet he's asking Allah for something so great, great as in so big in this dunya, like having power, which is something you will hear like, you're a Muslim. You shouldn't ask for power. Ask Allah for Iman. Ask Allah for guidance. Okay, these are amazing things. But now Sulaiman alayhi salam is asking Allah for something like power, something that is material in a sense. Like it's strange. But at the end of the verse, Allah or Sulaiman alayhi salam says, Innaka anta al-Wahhab. You are truly the most generous. And so it's not the idea that Sulaiman alayhi salam wants this because he thinks it will benefit him in the akhirah. It's because he understands who it is he is asking from. Who are you asking from? You are asking Allah al-Wahhab. You are asking Allah al-Razzaq. You are asking Allah al-Ghani, right? The most generous, the one who provides, the one who is rich compared to us. In another verse, Allah says, Antum al-fuqara, right? We are the fuqara. We are the ones who are poor compared to Allah. And Allah, He is Al-Ghani Al-Hamid. Allah is Al-Ghani, the rich one. Which is why in the Quran, Allah many times will say, وَلِلَّهِ خَزَائِنُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. To Allah, or Allah has the treasures of the samawat and the ard. Why would Allah tell you this? So you can ask Him. Ask Him for all of these things. Ask Him, make it as big as possible. Sometimes it seems like we shouldn't ask for these dreams or these big things because they are impossible. But you are asking the one who made Maryam alayhi salam have a child without a father. You are asking the one who allowed Musa alayhi salam to split the ocean into two parts. You are asking the one who made a stick turn into a snake. You are asking the one who allowed the moon to split. Understand who you're asking, and then what you ask for is instantly going to explode. It's going to be so big. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ, he tells us that when you ask Allah for Jannah, ask Him Jannat al-Firdaus al-A'la. Ask Him for the highest level of Jannah. Now you tell me what's better than Jannah? What's better than the place where we get to see Allah's face? Where we get to sit with the best of people, the Prophets and the Sahaba and the Tabi'een, and after them, and everyone. What's better than that? And the Prophet is asking you to ask for the highest level of Jannah. Now, perhaps you are very self critical of yourself, and honestly, we all should be. And you are sinning a lot, and you're like, man, I just want to get to the first level of Jannah. Okay, I don't even deserve anything above that. Tell me who even deserves the lowest level of Jannah. The Prophet ﷺ says that even he ﷺ will only enter Jannah with Allah's mercy, not by his own actions. Basically meaning that no one, even the Prophet ﷺ, truly deserves Jannah, because what Allah asks us to do, right, is nothing compared to what He does for us or what He is going to give us. And of course, the Prophet ﷺ is the most deserving of Jannah compared to all of us. So the fact that even he ﷺ can only enter with Allah's mercy, it's huge. And that just shows you that Allah wants you to ask for the sake of asking Him. Because when you do that, you are admitting that Allah is capable of giving you that. Because He is capable. And you are showing to Allah this husn al-dhan, this good expectation of Him. And so going back to dreams, going back to the du'as which you make, we shouldn't just want to get by in this dunya and make it to Jannah, although that is obviously the ultimate goal. We should think that with everything Allah has given us, what can we ask Him in order to make a big effect on this world? Okay, it sounds so cliche, like I'm not responsible for the world. Okay, screw the world then. Your family, okay? Your friends around you. Because you see, Sulaiman alayhi salam, when he asks Allah for this kingdom, for this power, it's because he has an intention to do certain things with them. And look at the influence which Sulaiman alayhi salam has had. Imagine at this time which we live in, that all of the Muslims are rich, let's say, okay? Imagine if they are righteous, what they can do with that money. You would see mosques being built, institutions being built, hospitals and schools. And in a family status, everything will be better. You know, individually, family-wise, society-wise. And so really, seeing a Muslim do well in this dunya is something that really does make me happy. And it's something we should all want. And by you having more, or you asking for more, that does not mean you're being ungrateful. That means you truly understand who Allah is, and that He can give it to you. And that you want more, so you can thank Allah by doing more with these things. And that's exactly what is mentioned to Dawood, وَعَمَلُوا آلَ دَاوُودَ شُكْرًا, right? That do thanks to Allah through your actions, not just your sayings. And so I ask you all, as Muslims, to dream big, and I mean big. Ask Allah for Jannat al-Firdaus al-A'la in the Akhirah. But in the dunya, dream big. right? You want money, you want knowledge, you want status, you want power. Amazing. Ask Allah for these things. Ask it in a way where you want this to please Him and you want to use it for good, to benefit yourself, to benefit your family, to benefit society. And through you using these blessings correctly in a way that pleases Allah, you are showing Allah that you are grateful for it. And through your gratitude, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you show Allah that you're thankful and you thank Allah, He will give you even more. Like, subhanallah. Besides, you can't possibly lose by asking, okay? You ask Allah, and I'm not saying that Allah is going to give you exactly what you want. I'm not saying that Allah is going to make your dreams come true exactly the way you ask for them. But what can you possibly lose? In the end, Allah has a plan for you. And perhaps in that plan, all you had to do to get something was just ask Him. And ask Him for a lot. Because in the end, Allah is on your side. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.